ambassador. I've been with the company for 7.5 years. Super, super crazy. And so I'm just going to talk with you guys a little bit tonight. We can be very interactive. We don't have to be just me chatting at you, but I'm just going to throw some things out that have kind of been on my heart, what's been kind of stirring through my head. And if you're on my team page, if you're in my downline, some of this stuff might sound a little bit familiar. It might be the same song will dance for you, because I just feel like it just needs to be portrayed to everybody. I just feel like if you've been with us for a little bit, I feel like it was, October, November, December, I feel like we were just kind of waiting to ramp up for the new year, waiting to ramp up for conference. And sometimes we do that. Sometimes we put a hold on ourselves and we put a hold on our business, waiting for something to come and inspire and stir us. And, you're waiting for that thing, and you let excuses or holidays or this season or that kind of get the best of you, get the better of you. And I just want to say, hey, let's not do that. I want to talk about how to finish strong. And so you might be thinking, all right, today is the 16th of the month, and we're going to talk about finishing strong already. But when I'm talking about finishing strong, I want to finish strong for 2018. I want to keep our frame and our focus and our scope on the whole year. I don't want to just focus on getting through to the next thing. Like, we can think, oh my gosh, let's amp up for conference. And then when conference comes, it's so exciting. We bring the boom. And then we go in the season, and then it's spring, and we're always busy in the spring, and then through summer. And then sometimes we let ourselves get into certain lulls because of whatever excuse we may hold over ourselves, the season that it is in. Okay, I wanted to make sure there wasn't an issue with this line. And so, but I think those are self-imposed. And so I really want to focus on finishing strong. And so I think in order to finish strong, we have to come out of the gate running. And for me, thinking about the new year, thinking about being refreshed, revitalized, and just creating that focus for myself, I have decided that this year is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to come out the gate running, and I'm working. And you guys, it is so interesting because like attracts like, right? I find that the more that I'm focused and the more that I work and the more that I do action steps, the more that I want to do action steps. So for example, last night, I've got a 5-month-old that doesn't sleep through the night. I have a 2-year-old that likes to wake up sometimes too. And so I will be a little bit behind on my sleep at times, but it's just a phase. This too shall pass, right? I love the keto coffee. Keto coffee with greens is the bomb.com. Like, seriously, keeps me going. My husband said he was a little bit tired. I'm like, I feel like I'm ready to go. I had a keto coffee before I headed up to church again. So I was on 3. I think it's okay. I used to be known for drinking a couple Starbucks in a day. So I think I've made a good improvement. But anyways, it's that excitement. It's that like that attracts the like. And so the more that you throw yourself into something with that momentum, the more that it's going to happen. The same thing happens when we allow ourselves to get into a sinkhole or a downward spiral. We might start to commiserate with others and then bounce back and forth. And then we find that we're spiraling down. And so you really have a choice. And so if you ever feel like you're doing that, just grab a foothold, just hold on for dear life on the side of the wall before you go down that sinkhole, and start crawling up and start talking it up with somebody else, because it will lift your spirits too. So last night I did a Zoom. I did our power hour on some organizational tips. And I can post that link in here too if you missed it. So just really quick things to get prepared. I was talking with Krista the other day about being organized, and I am that person that's more of a doer, and my desk is crazy. I feel like there's a season for paper shuffling, and there's a season for doing. And most of the time I feel that there's a season for action. And so my desk is kind of like this flurry, and it's okay. It's kind of a disorganized organization thing for me. But I feel like right now, what I want to do is I want to be prepared. So I want to be in sync with where my business is going to take me. And so last night I did a really quick power hour on how to create your smart list on Instagram, how to, tidy up, create your smart list on Facebook, and then also to utilize organizing your contacts on your phone. So your loyal customers, team members, coding groups, you name it, whatever you want to categorize people as, by organizing them in groups on Reach if you're on an iPhone, or on Mighty Texter if you're on an Android. So I think that the more that you can kind of like compartmentalize these things, the more you're going to be ready when things come at you. Because you guys, things are going to come at us this year. It's going to be a whirlwind. Mark was super excited on the family call, and it's exciting to see your leader be excited. You know that good things are in store. And when you see other people getting so excited, it's just so contagious. And again, that's what's going to lead us to victory. And I do believe that we've had some, kind of bumpy moments, at least I have personally in my business this last year. And I've decided that I want smooth sailing. And because I've decided that it's going to happen, right? Our circumstances are what we make it, okay? So we can create our situation based on our perception of what things are, and our actions and our grit, right? So when he announces that we're open in a couple countries, I mean, I think somebody went to the training in South Bend on Friday and Candy said that there's going to be a new country open in every corporate event. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. Don't hold me to it. But that's what I heard. And she was there and she heard it come out of her mouth. So that would be exciting. I don't know if we're going to do the 4 sections like we used to do. We used to have these, what were they? Green carpets or boot camps. Do you remember what they were called, Barbara? Remember they did, so they did one in Seattle. They did one in Atlanta, Missouri, and Texas that one year, which was cool because I got to go to Seattle for the first time because we were there. But I don't know if they're going to do that. I've heard maybe. I don't know. I know we have green carpet that's coming up this summer. I believe it's going to be the end of June. And so that's exciting. But I do know that Mark said on his Triple and Up Zoom that we're going to open in Asia and we're going to open in Mexico. He did say that. So when, I don't know, but are you going to be prepared? If he were to open it up tomorrow, would you be prepared? So I think that we should best utilize conferences right around the corner, best utilize these next 2 weeks with some organizational tasks. And also some action steps, and just kind of getting ourselves right. I don't want you to do this 24/7 until conference comes, because there's always a time for balance. We talk about splitting our time a third. And I can kind of thinking about it this way too. I am still working on generating leads and following up with leads, but I'm also trying to get my brain right with where I need to be. So anyway, I did that Zoom last night, that power hour last night, and so I can maybe post it in here. Boot camps. Oh, thank you, Barbara. So anyway, so finish really strong. So I really kind of categorized it in my brain as make a plan, work with intention. That's kind of the organizational piece in my brain, to work with intention, to be very intentional and specific with what you're doing, and then do. We always want to have action steps. So with making a plan, I think it is so important, and most of us have done this already. If you've worked through the series, kind of getting your brain straight with Denise over the last 4 weeks, but really make a plan. We had a dream board day here in Grand Rapids, and I'll grab mine afterwards. But I literally made a dream board again. You guys, I am 44 years old, and I have been in this business for 7.5 years, and I got a poster board. And I put my pictures on, like an art project. And I love it because it's so purposeful when you put it down and you see it in front of you. And it made me, as I was thinking about stuff, you guys, I was looking for pictures of a kitchen that I wanted, or this, just putting whatever it is. And then it made me just be like, oh my gosh, I would love to. My kids think I'm nuts, but I keep asking my kids, are you sure you don't want me to homeschool you? Are you sure you don't want me to homeschool you? Y'all, I would love to pick up and travel the United States for a year with these kids in tow and just homeschool them. And it sounds crazy. And my husband would kill himself if he had to be in an RV with all of us and those kids for a year. I don't know. I've got that wanderlust right now. And, but that's on my dream board I have a map of the 50 United States. I have an RV because I know that when I see it and I say it and I believe it, I can be it. I know that. I know. And so I put it down. And so make a plan. You are not going to go anywhere unless you know where you're going. You have to know where you're going. And only you can decide that. So set your goals for yourself. So we can think about our goals in so many different ways. You know, we can talk about a dream board and we can have that visualization, which can be so powerful. And you might look and maybe your dream board, as far as pictures, isn't that big. Maybe it's just get out of debt and pay it forward. I don't know what it is for you. It's got to be personal or include your family, that type of a thing. But I also want you to think about, what do you want to have? You know, like, what do you want to have in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 3 years? You can break it down like that. Think about the number that you would like to achieve. Do you want to make $10,000 a month? You know, is that something? I mean, I know that when I first got started, the number on my goal was a number that I knew I would never be able to achieve as a special education teacher. And the number that I wanted to earn was a number that I would not even be able to achieve with a combined income with my husband, who was a chiropractor. But I had to put it down, and I hit it in 18 months because it was down there. If you know, I mean, by all stretch of the imagination, both of my husband and I being educated, anybody else from the outside in would say, there's no way that you guys are going to make that kind of money without going down a career path that you go to, you know, a 4-year or 6-year institution for, right? But it happened because we put it down and we believed it and we had that goals. So be specific in what you want. And think about that. Honestly, think about that. Now, this is probably not something you should hear from me, but I'm just going to be really transparent with you. For the longest time, I had $88,000 as the money that I wanted to earn. $88,000 a month. That's what I wanted to earn. And I just I realized I picked it arbitrarily, probably because I was thinking, maybe through faulty math or I don't know what, but that if I made that kind of money a month just for a year, then I'd make $1 million a year. And wouldn't that be cool, right? I mean, yeah, it would be cool to make $1 million in a year. But what I also realized was I was talking with a friend of mine on the phone, and she said, you know, God will give you all of the desires of your heart. You know, the Lord will grant that for you if that is truly the desire of your heart. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not close to that. I don't know if it's going to hit me. And she said, I don't know. Is that truly a desire of your heart? And it hit me. And later that night and the next day when I was in the shower, I had this epiphany, you know what? It is not the desire of my heart to make $1 million, because I don't even know what I would do with $1 million in a year. You know, I know what I could do with $500,000. I can do that. My brain can encompass that. So either for me, I need to dream bigger, right? Or for me, I had to say, you know what? I love this balance that I have right now with my family. You know, I have little children. Again, God's given me kind of a second chance with little babies again. Love them. And I'm just reminded again over and over and over again how much I just love being a mom, especially to the little ones, you know. And I cherish my 12-year-old, and we have a really great relationship as she gets older. And it's really cool to see how that evolves. I'm really loving this young adult relationship I'm having with her. And I'm able to enjoy that. And so for me, that means having a balance. That means that I cannot work 24/7. I don't have the desire to. But I've been wanting to work a lot. So when you want to, it doesn't feel like work, right? You know, do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. That's how I feel about this business. And so then that's different. It's not like I have to. I feel like this. I realized he hit me, and I felt like $58,000 a month is totally what I would love. $58,000 a month. Now you might be saying, holy crap, Nikki, that's a lot too, right? But that's just what I truly resonated with when I stopped and I thought about it. So for me to backtrack and say, okay, if I want to make that kind of money, what would be some reasonable goals and stepstones along the way to get there. And what is my time frame? Nikki, would you like to make $58,000 a month in 3 months? Is that feasible? Probably not, no. In 6 months, in 9 months, in 18 months, in 3 years, you know? I would like to definitely make that money within the next year, you know, a 12-month mark. That is very feasible because I see that the leaps and bounds that you can make in this business and how your income can change really drastically. So decide for yourself. Long story short, really dig into yourself and do that. And then once you have that down, I have affirmations. I'm on the desktop, so I can't show you. But I have a white piece of paper, like just a white piece of paper, and it says healthy, insightful, free, strong team, influential, and then my money that I want to make. I have that posted. I just wrote it out and then made a copy of my chicken scratch. I have it on my closet door in the office. I have it next to the refrigerator, and then I have it in my bathroom. I don't like knickknacks. I don't like itsy bitsies all over the house. I like things kind of streamlined. But I had to put it up there where I could see it every day because I need to remind myself that this is my goal, and I don't want to lose focus and lose sight of what I'm after. Because any goal that you are after, you're going to have to be disciplined, and you're going to have to make yourself do things to get there. Okay. You know, Pam Souter always says it's networking, not net wishing. You can have a goal and you can have the desires of your heart, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get it without earning it. But what I'm saying is that it's very possible. It's not only possible, it's probable, it's likely you have the ability to earn it and obtain it. You totally do. So you want to do that. You want to put it up in a couple places that you can see it. Have your dream board. Give yourself that freedom, that creativity. Write it down. You know, write down what your goals are going to be. People that write down their goals, 10 times more likely to achieve it. Okay. I mean, you got to have a plan. I'm a list person. If I want to redo my office, I will make a list, be like, okay, I want to paint the walls white. I want a new desk, or I want this new bookshelf, or I want this new organization. You know, I like to check things off, but you got to put it down in front of you. So 10 times more of a likelihood to achieve it just by writing it down. It's not that hard, right? So do that. Then I'm going to challenge you to take that goal board, take that vision board or that dream board, and picture what you want your life to look like. I did this with my top 10 group in the spring, and I listened to it, and I think it's powerful. If you have an iPhone, you have voice memos, and you have it on Android too. You can do it on any smartphone. And I want you might have to write it out first, and it can be a 1 minute, a 3 minute, a 5 minute. I think mine ended up being like 6 minutes. But I want you to talk to yourself as though you've achieved it. This idea is taken from What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. But I want you to be specific in what you're saying to yourself. So mine is, you know what, good morning, Nikki. You are so blessed and so thankful to have another day on this earth. And you start your day with your devotions with God and giving praise and learning about Him, because you know that everything that you have is a gift from Him. And you know that to be inspirational and as influential as you are and such a positive role model, that you too first have to be filled in order to fill other people's cups. And you're walking outside of your Florida home and, you know, things that you want, right? Say it in person. And then you're going to feel so like goofy to listen to yourself. But yeah, good. I'm so glad, Angela, you got to start listening to it again if you haven't been, right? Because I know we all get out of habits. I have for a while too. So, but it's a fresh start. Make a new one, you know? So, but it's interesting because I will play mine. And then my shower is like a walk-in shower, and then the glass goes up like 3/4. And so I will play my voice memos and then just put it right up on top of the shower so I can listen while I'm in the shower. And I remember when I first started, I'd be like, I hope Chris doesn't walk in here. Please don't have Chris walk in here, because I don't want him to hear me talking to myself. But you know, and it's hard to listen to yourself, and you are like rolling your eyes at yourself, thinking about how goofy you are. But you listen to it, and it starts to imprint into your brain. I mean, you're positively brainwashing yourself is what you're doing. You know? And why not with all of the negative, I don't listen to the CNN and all of the news scripted stations. I don't listen to it because I don't want it in my head, right? We get to choose what comes in our head. I don't ever watch TV. If I do, it's HGTV late at night. But now that we have Briar, she sleeps with us. I have her bed in my room, and so I can't turn the TV on anyway. So I don't even know the last time the TV was on in my room at night because she's sleeping. I put her to bed and then I sneak in there and go in my own bed. So anyways, so do those things for you. Make sure you protect your brain and what's going in there. Be positive, surround yourself with that positive talk, and make that plan. So make a plan. The second thing is to work with intention and organization. So we touched on it a little bit, but really be consistent with what you're doing. I have to get on myself because I will let the day to day, I have a 2-year-old and I have a 5-month-old. So my husband is home with me, but we juggle, back and forth. But I have to remind myself, Nikki, did you even post on Instagram? You took the time to try to learn things and figure it out, but did you even get your butt on Instagram and post today? Nikki, are you utilizing your Facebook stories? And I find that I don't. And so I have to stop beating myself up and go, tomorrow I'm going to do better. Or I'm thinking about it right now, I'm going to do it right now. I've set alarms on my phone. So, we go in these spurts, right, of being very productive, and then it's easy to get out of it, and then we got to push ourselves back into it. So we really have to work with intention in our business and just be as consistent as we can. I have had people come back to me and join me that I did not know who was watching me because they said, you know what? I can tell that you're serious about this. I can tell that you're in this for the long haul. I see people jumping ship or people being wishy-washy, and I know I can tell that you're not. I feel like you're all in, things of that nature they've said to me, and I'm like, oh, good. At least that kind of has been portrayed to people. So being intentional and being focused and just being consistent with it, you're going to speak volumes to the people that are watching you that you do not even know who are watching. So if you know what you're doing, if your plan is to be driving the new business, to be retaining people, following up, you're going to earn for a lifetime. You guys, we are in a business to earn for a lifetime. You can set yourself up with that residual income, right? Keep this business a business, right? Let's not make it a flash in the pan. But in order to do that, just like a job, if you want to make a career option, if people go into teaching like I was, and I thought it was a career option, that didn't mean that one week I decided not to go to work and the next week I did, and then the next week I took 2 sick days and the next week I didn't. We had to be very consistent with it. So it's the same thing about this business. Hold yourself accountable. So get your stuff together, your organization. I already touched on some of the things that you can do is streamlining your smart list on Facebook. You can, as I'm doing that, I found myself engaging with them more, and I was popping up some old prospects on my smart list that I have not even talked to in a long time. So what's really great is once you do have your prospect list and something comes out, you can post directly to that group. Okay, so you can target that group specifically, especially with the Facebook algorithm. I am not a social guru, but what I do know is sometimes my stuff's not being seen in the same manner as it used to be. So when I can engage with people, I am seeing a better response for that. And I can engage with people a lot quicker when they're organized. So doing that with Facebook, Instagram, and right now what I'm doing is working on the Reach app and trying to put all my loyal customers into a group, and then all of my prospects that I have phone numbers, I'm trying to put in a group. Because, if you've been to conference before, like Barb, I know you can relate, here they are, they're like, whoa, this is the announcement, and balloons and confetti, and everybody's crying, and we're screaming, and we're doing this. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Who else can I text? We're freaking out, sweating bullets because we want to get to them that minute because we're so urgent in our business. I'm going to be open up my Reach app. Oh my gosh, you're never going to believe this promo. And I'm going to send it, and I'm going to be like, we're partying tonight because I hit them all at the same time, right? That's a little simplified. But take the stress off of yourself. Let's be really consistent with our people and be able to work really smart. That's to me is that smarter, not harder type of thing. So You can organize them by your loyal customers, by your prospects, by your coded team members. You can even group people. I group people on my smart list also by product, you know? So if I do a hair, skin, nails post and I have a bunch of hits, and they don't all close, they go on a list. I have a notebook list too, but they go on a smart list as well now too. You can add to multiple smart lists. And then if I am posting a hair, skin, nails, I might post it public. And then 5 hours later, I might take that same post and I might just publish it just to my hair, skin, nails list. And then I will also be able to, follow up with those people too. I can go to my hair, skin, nails list and I can say, hey girl, we got to buy one, get one free. Have you seen it? Hey, have you seen this? So I can be really intentional instead of just scrolling or looking at my notebook. Okay. So, that is one thing that you can be doing for your organization. Working on your hundreds list. Make sure that your hundreds list is up and active and current, make sure that you don't forget about that hundreds list. And that can kind of amalgamate into your smart list too, right? And then the last thing is don't try, do. I was thinking a little like Yoda, right? Just do it. We're not going to think about it anymore. We're just going to do it. The number one thing that you need to be doing for your business every single day is income producing action steps, things that you can control. Okay. Things like, I want to be a diamond. I'm going to be a diamond by March 1st is not an income producing action step. What is I want to be diamond by the 1st of March. That is my goal. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I am going to action step, add 10 new people on Facebook a day. Follow 50 people on Instagram. I'm going to message 10 people on Facebook a day. I'm going to message 30 people on Instagram today. I am going to make sure that I follow up with those that I haven't talked to in 3 months, blah, blah. Those people that have completed their 3 months auto ship as a loyal customer, I'm going to go back to them and let them know that they can get $50, another $50 credit if they would like to stay for 3 more months, or would they like to earn an income with me and join my team now that they've tried that product. Those are things that are in your control, the ask, the follow-up. Those things are all things that you can control. Everything outside of that is not, but you are going to have a higher likelihood of having a turnout that you desire by you putting in that legwork and putting that stuff in. You praying that you're going to get loyal customers today or distributors today by being consistent with just posting is not the whole equation. That is only a little teeny piece of it. I would say 80%, 90% of your business relies on you doing the action steps. So one of the things that I find is really beneficial is creating a 6 list. Okay. And so I don't know if y'all want to add to throw some ideas up for 6 lists, but some of these things that I just said, these are a 6 list it's just a fancy way. It's just a compartmentalized way of saying, what action steps are you going to take for your business today? What are you going to do for your business this week? You can have the same ones every day. You can have a 6 list for your week. I don't know if you are the person that you're just doing this, you're for the community and you're just building on the side because you got a business or you're working or, it's just that your full-time gig and you're like, I'm going to put 5 hours in a week on this business. Then maybe you have a 6 list for the week. Maybe you have 6 things that you're going to do for your business every single week so that you can just, have that $500 a month roll in or whatever it is, If you're that person that's like, no, man, I'm going to make $25,000 a month, then let's focus on a 6 list every day, that type of a thing. So messaging a certain amount of people every week or day, adding new people on social media. You can also plan your posts. This is kind of part of that organizational piece, right? But if you are very busy, if you want to be like, I want this to be my full-time gig, but Nikki, I got 12 kids and I work a full-time and a part-time job and my husband works out of town. I mean, it's me. If that's you, then figure out the one time that you can maybe get a sitter for 3 hours, or maybe you have your mother or mother-in-law come over for 3 hours, or maybe it's when they go to bed. Maybe you put all the kids to bed at 9 o'clock and you do this an hour each night. But that's maybe where you plan your post for the whole week. You can do it right in your notes. You can say photos. And then in my notes section, whenever I see somebody post a really good post about looking for distributors or looking for loyal customers, I copy and paste it to my notes and then I just kind of edit it. so it's a little bit different. We want to change it up a little bit. But I do that. And so you can kind of save those for the week so you have a game plan of what you're going to do. And if you are consistent enough, you maybe create a schedule for yourself. Like I do 1 loyal customer a day, I do 1 motivational a day, and I just do 1 question a day. Whatever you decide, I'm just using those examples. So plan your posts, post on social media, that might be on your 6 list. Like, hey, I need to be posting on Instagram every day, not just the days that I think about it. I need to make myself do it. Scheduling wrap parties, right? Throwing a fit. Like we need to be getting the wrap on people. So in order to get the wrap on people, you need to ask them, right? So that kind of goes back to making the ask, but making the ask for that. You can be getting online and you can look in, we've got a lot of vendor events and trade shows and those kinds of things are really going to start to pop up over this. I mean, I feel like late winter, spring is just like expo season. And then looking at that fall too, bridal shows and things like that. Start planning ahead for that. Start looking in your local areas and seeing what is a good expo for the cost and the time and all of that kind of stuff, all of the involvement pieces. But start planning those types of things and get those booked so that you have something for you. What's the best? Well, I don't use an app for scheduling on Facebook. I don't know if anybody else does. I know that there have been apps. But what I do is I use the notes section on my phone. And I literally have, I mean, these are my notes. Like you can see, like I have loyal post, distributor post. Looking for DT posts. And so what I do is I copy and paste it. And then I do like this little line and then I post another one. And then, I'll just kind of keep doing that. See, and then a line. So those are each post. That's just kind of what I do. So if you guys use it, some people use app. Barbara, did you still use an app? No, you don't. Okay, Evernote. So what do you do with Evernote? Do you just save it on there and then copy paste it? Where's Nicole? Unmute yourself, girl. Or make you talk. So, okay, she has.
Okay, so yeah, I have the app Evernote, and so I save them all, and I don't use the notes or the note on my iPhone. I just save them all into Evernote, and then that way, if I ever have, if there's like a wrap special, I can just type in wraps, and everything that I have the word wrap in will show up. So it's super easy to like keep track of, like if you wanted to do a hair, skin, and nails post, you can type that in. And anything you've ever saved about hair, skin, and nails will pop up. So it just keeps me organized.
Yeah, okay. So you just kind of like put it on this as a place to keep it until you want to copy and paste it.
Yep.
Yep.
Or it's just ones, yeah, I still have them. I keep them saved even if I've used them. So if I need to go back and use one real quick or whatever.
Perfect. All right, and then Barbara Bozer says she used saved posts. Now, same thing, just saved on your notes or something. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, saved on Facebook. Oh, yeah. So you can, if you make a post, are you talking about other people's too? There's like okay, so if you are scrolling, so what I do is I copy and I paste it onto notes. Barbara doesn't copy and paste it onto notes, but when you go to people's little posts, you'll see the 3 little dots and you can save it. So you then later go to your saved posts. I do that with articles I want to read. So when I'm trying to work and some article comes up and it wants to suck me in, I'm like, nope, save it for later. And then if I have time that night, which I don't, I have 50 gazillion, because I realized it wasn't that much of a priority. So yeah, so that's a good way to do it too. Now, the only thing is, Barbara, have you run up against anybody changing the privacy setting of it or deleting it? No, okay. Sometimes I'll do a post, and if I get a lot of hits, I've done hair, skin, nails posts before. I just feel like that's the best one for me. And I've literally had like 30, 40 people comment. And when I have that many people comment, I will go change it from public to just me. Because then that way I can go back, I can follow up with everybody, but nobody else can see and comment it. So that way nobody comes and tries to like snake my leads. Make sense? But if somebody were going to copy my post that I used for that and I change it to private, they wouldn't be able to see it anymore. But that doesn't happen very often. So maybe I'll start doing that. I don't know. So, okay. So yeah. So saving that kind of stuff, saving your posts. So following up with people, wrapping people, booking vendor events. I have a couple of scripts that I can even just throw on here if you want. You know, I love to give you guys scripts or something that I feel like little something to take you. But like these are kind of like what the fit. I believe I stole it off the Lifers page. But it's like what the fit action steps. So you can reach out. Here's another action step that you can do is you can reach out to all of your canceled or non-working personally enrolled distributors and say, hey, I'm going to be honest. I'm so sad when I realized that you're not working this business anymore. We've got this new program. We've got these new packages. We've got this new keto line, whatever. I mean, reach out. That's an action step to reach out to those old people. And you could also do it to old loyal customers as well. See if they're interested in ordering. Yeah, and scroll way back. I have scroll way back in your Facebook messages. I mean, if you ever feel like, man, I don't have any leads right now, I've got nobody to follow up with, and you've been on social media for a while, or you've been in this business for a while, I keep all my texts. I probably shouldn't. That's probably why my phone doesn't work. But I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, or in my Facebook. But I keep all of them, and so I could scroll all the way down all my old messages. Now, Barb, you too. Barb has showed us that you can go to open up Messenger in a new window, messenger.com, right? And you can open that up and then you can search too by keywords. So you could type in wraps. And it would, everybody that you talk to about the wraps or mention the word wraps, those people would pull up and you can follow up with those people accordingly. Or you could even probably click on their name, add them to your smart list. I mean, there's lots of things that you could do with that if you needed to have people to follow up with. And it's probably a good idea to do that and kind of get a little bit organized. So, yep, Evernote is the name. So, I think that's all I had. That's kind of like my of what's been going on in my brain. I'm super excited, you guys. I'm super excited about this year. I was not this excited last year about last year as I am this year. I know that sounds weird to say. And I don't know if it's just a mindset, and it probably is. But I know that they're going to be opening up in new countries. We're going to be getting 2 new products at conference, I believe he said. And then I also heard 4 new products this year. So I don't know if of the 4 products 2 are released at conference or 4 in addition. I mean, we all have to wait and see. They're always a little bit cryptic. But I'm super excited, you guys. I feel like the momentum is here. I'm loving the fit community. You know, you can take advantage of that. It's something that I feel like we've thought about for a long time. We've looked at other programs and they're like, oh, they're a little bit more encompassing, more in that health and wellness, and we just have these wraps, right? Well, they've listened to us. And so we do. I mean, we have these wraps, which are still our flagship product, which people still have not heard of, which people still want. They still work. They're still amazing. I still lead with the wrap because people don't know what it is, right? But what's cool is I can also segue into the health and wellness piece too. And if I have somebody that's like really into the health and wellness scene and they might be kind of a little bit like, yeah, those wraps, I've got this whole line of product that can help, right? And then this whole keto stuff is pretty cool. So I'm doing keto this month because I just had to wrap my brain around it. I've been paleo, I've done Whole30, I've been gluten-free, dairy-free, all of that. So I'm like, well, I might as well go keto for 30 days before a conference, lose a gut before I get there, and, see what it's all about. But I'm excited. So do you guys have any questions or any comments or tips before we close out? Oh my gosh, you guys are quiet. Me, Amber, you have a question? You can unmute yourself or you can put it on here. Or are you just excited?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
I probably should know this, but there's a couple of the power hours that I haven't been able to get on. Is there somewhere where I can find those power hours? Because I'm writing out my schedule for like every day of the week, and I need more ideas. So I wanted to.
Well, our team as a whole, collectively, sorry, I'm going to pull up the link from last night. We do power hours as a team every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So it's going to be 5 o'clock your time on Mondays. And then we also have them on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. So that would be 10 o'clock your time on Wednesday. So every week we have those 2 power hours in addition to our call. And Barbara Bozer has graciously stepped up to do all of the online activities, do online parties that we're doing on Thursdays, with the exception, I am assuming, well, no, we're not going to be scheduled on the 1st of February, because you're going to conference, right, Barbara? Yeah. So for February 1st, we're not doing it, but the other Thursdays we are. So that's consistent, and that's been consistent for months and months and months and months. And as leadership within Denise's organization, that's what we're trying to do, so that we can all kind of collectively bring something to everybody. Because I know that Barb's got really great ideas, and other leaders underneath Denise have really good ideas and things that we can all glean from. So, yeah.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah. YouTube. Yep, YouTube has stuff too. Yeah. So I will post this really quick. You'll have to copy and paste it. I'll do it here just in case anybody else wants it. But let me see. Which one? Oh, this one. I didn't realize I forgot all about it, because I'm trying to be better about keeping the videos and doing that kind of stuff. And okay, so this is from last night's Power Hour. That's the organizational thing. But anyways, I played music at the end of it because we were working. And then all of a sudden I went to post my video and they blocked me because of copyright, So now I got a violation on my YouTube. I don't even use my YouTube that much. I'm trying to do more. And I played Ed, what is it? Shireen. I don't even know how to say his last name. but anyway, so. All right, so copy that really quick. And I'll post it on our team page too, Amber, if you need it. If anybody else needs it, you can message. But I did post it in the Lifers, so leaders should have that too. But all right, guys. So we'll see you at the Power Hour tomorrow. I'm not sure I don't know who's doing it. What's that?
Can I catch you real quick before we go? I joined kind of late, but you were just kind of touching on like the fit community, and you said you still lead with the rap when you're talking to potentials. Like I've had multiple girls now, just fitness is everywhere, of course. And so I've had a couple potentials that are like, oh, I've heard of that rap, but I'm not really, I don't really believe in that. And I get where they're coming from, just that if you're like a hardcore, like just eat right and work out kind of person, then you're going to, of course, say like, well, you can't cheat that. You can't just shrink it off. Mm-hmm. So I then have to explain, well, it's more of an enhancement product. But have you found maybe with these girls that are already super into fitness, like a better way to lead off than, have you heard of that skinny wrap, or is that still your go-to thing?
Let me go ahead. I think, okay, so when I say when I lead with the rap, I let people know it. I don't cold message people on Facebook, so I don't message people and say, hey, have you tried, typically that's when they come to me. I'll say, hey, have you heard of us? My introduction of this company is, we're a health and wellness company. We have all natural dietary supplements. We've got skincare, and we have this body wrap that firms and tones and tightens. So I let them know that that's kind of like who we are and what we do. So I guess that's it. And then if I have Blitz cards, it's on the Blitz cards. Like I don't have Green's Blitz cards. I just have, with the wrap. So I guess I'm not going in people's faces and saying, hey, have you seen this wrap type of a thing? So yeah, and I think it's important to listen to your audience per se. So yeah, if I have somebody that's really hardcore, like, you know, into fit, like working out, and I know, or I've heard things come out of their mouth that they're going to like boo-hoo the wrap, I'm going to go more into the health and wellness piece, that we have whole food dietary supplements. You know, we have things for weight loss, we have things for energy, we have things for, you know, healthy joint function. We're starting out this new keto line, and we have this really great instant keto coffee. So that kind of a thing is where I go with the business typically. Does that help you?
Yes, that helps so much. And no, I wasn't cold messaging. It was more of like, if they like anything about a like a distributor type post, and then we start talking, it's been I have heard of it works, but I'm not sure I stand behind the whole wrap thing. And then what you said just made so much sense, to start touching on like the joint supplements and the new you, and go with my audience. So yes, you did answer. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. I always try to think about what would they like, you know, if they're a chiropractor, they're going to want something for healthy joint function. If they're into fitness, they're going to want something whole foods, like a multivitamin, that kind of a thing. Yeah. Okay. You guys, thanks so much for jumping on. Have a really good night, and we'll see somebody at the 1 o'clock Zoom tomorrow. Bye, guys.